Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. I saw this story and my first thought was, oh, the irony. Really, is that what you're saying, Angela? It's Angela Rayner, Labour's Deputy Leader and complete moron. And she's wading in on the private schools debate. She's saying that they are a waste of money. But are they really? I mean, it's not your money, is it, Angela? If someone wants to spend their money on that, why shouldn't they? What's your problem with that? Why do you think it's wrong how other people spend their money? Well, of course, she's saying that, you can do just as well at the local comprehensive. But she went to a local comprehensive and she left it pregnant and unable to read. Literally illiterate and up the duff. That's what the local comprehensive did for you, isn't it, Angela? I think other parents would be expecting a little bit better, and that's why they choose to go private, so their children don't come out of school pregnant and illiterate. I will take a look at this article, see what she's saying. Although we won't pay much attention to her, she is, after all, very dim. Here goes. So, Labour Deputy Leader Angela Rayner calls private schools a waste of money and says students can do just as well at their local comprehensive. Can they really, though? Can they really? If you were paying a lot of money to get your child into a private school where they're in, say, 16 people to a class, where the teacher has got all the time in the world to explain difficult concepts on a one-to-one basis, where the textbooks are up to date, clean, where the environment is much more conducive to learning, where, that sort of thing, where the equipment in the labs is the best that money can buy, where the educational trips are much better. And you think that they can do that in a local comprehensive. Angela Rayner, you are a moron. Labour's Deputy Leader Angela Rayner branded private schools a waste of money as she stepped up the party's war on independent education. The reason they don't like independent education is they can't control it. They can't set the agenda. They can't say what children must learn. And like all socialists, they need access to children. They want to warp the minds of the young very early on. They want to get in there like a cancer. And they can't do that on an independent school that teaches different things, that teaches kids different values from what the Labour Party think important. Because it's like all socialists. They target children. They always have, they always do. And this is why so many children are coming out of school now ill-prepared. Because for years now, the socialist teaching unions have been pushing agendas, not educating children. And I've always said, really, if you can, please God, educate your children at home. But they keep putting this attack on private education. Now, I wasn't privately educated. Don't get me wrong. I'm not defending anything here. But what I'm saying is there should be choice. And if people have got the money, why shouldn't they send their kids to private education? It undoubtedly is better. And it's unqualified better. And that's why they do it. And that's why they pay the money. Miss Rayner, who left school at 16 with no qualifications, pregnant and unable to read, said students can do just as well at their local comprehensive as they can at fee-paying institutions, and that's clearly a load of old rubbish. Some students may do very well in a comprehensive, some students may do very badly in a fee-paying school, but in general you're going to do much better at a private school. She was commenting, what's that, a private school? A public, what they call public schools. I don't know why I said private schools, public schools. She was commenting on controversial remarks from activist and former TV presenter Carol Vorderman, who was branded condescending after criticising a privately educated minister for not going to university. Labour has proposed levying VAT on private schools to raise $1.6 billion for its spending commitments, because all they can do is tax. And even then, when they get the money, they don't spend it wisely. Although some experts have warned the amount of this policy will raise is likely to be way less. Of course it is. They can't do maths, they can't count. She can't read, she can't count. Look at her, mouth open. That's how she got her job, See that picture? That's how she got the job of Deputy Leader of the Labour Party. Miss Rayner told Sky News, Carol is right to argue if you've been to a privately educated and not been able to get a degree, why waste your money on private education? Well, your parents didn't waste any money on your education, did they, love? But you learnt to do that. The state sector is a fantastic sector. The state sector is awful. It's awful. Just look at all they're doing, bringing trans and everything into schools. They're sexualising children. We've seen the things. You look at the videos I've done about the sexualisation of children in these schools, where they're pushing agendas, getting teachers to talk to primary school children about self-pleasuring, front and back, about how it's acceptable to be loved by anyone of any age, they're saying, to children. So don't tell me that the state education system is good. The state education system is a charter for peas. Don't waste your money on private schooling, she said. You can do just as well in our state sector. You didn't. You're thick. Miss Vorderman had taken aim at Veterans Minister Johnny Mercer after she said, what arrogant Johnny Mercer and his wife going to do for a joint income of £160,000 plus enormous expenses? Not a degree in sight, in spite of expensive private education. So who'd employ them? Well, nothing to do with you. Experience counts more than education. Tory MP Siobhan Bailey told the Commons this week snobbery about further education and no degree sadly continues to this day. You just have to look at Carol Vorderman's attack. It may be pointed out that Carol Vorderman is hardly one to talk about a degree. She did an engineering degree. She got a third, which is basically you've turned up. I mean, it's as low as you can go. A third in engineering, Carol. You shouldn't really be blowing any trumpets here. That is basically an A level, isn't it? Dismissing a minister who works tirelessly for the armed forces and veterans for not having gone to university is bad enough, but deliberately being condescending about the lives of millions of people who did not go to university is absolutely unforgivable. I used to admire Carol Vorderman. Oh, she's up her own arse. She really is. She's the greatest thing in her mind since sliced bread, honestly. But she said an awful lot before she decided to eat so much political hate for breakfast and to get social media hits. Now, sadly, I feel sorry for her. Yeah, she's trying to remain relevant. Look at me, look at me. I'm going to wear these clothes. I'm going to show my arse. Carol, you're becoming an old woman. Your days are over. You're a has-been. Take your wonky eye and fuck off. You mean nothing. You're nothing to anybody anymore. When asked about Miss Vorderman's social media post, Miss Rayner acknowledged that we all need to be a bit kinder on Twitter. Well, you're not kinder. You're running people down. You're constantly attacking people all the time. Rayner is just filled with hate and her no degree. And her barely able to read a sentence. There you go. How you get the job in Labour. Ba ba ba. I shall finish there and come up. Angela Rayner really is a loathsome, odious thing. She's just so full of bile, of hate, of class prejudice. There's nothing that she likes. She's a very joyless woman. Sitting there puffing away on her cigarettes all the day, you know. It's the only thing she's got in her life that's any good, isn't it? The fact that she might cark it one day. She is absolutely, you know, she cannot stand the thought of anyone being happy, I think. Because her life has been so miserable. She's lucky to get the job she has. It's the only thing that saved her. Because if she didn't do this, what would she have been? On a sink estate. 15 kids by 12 men. You know? That would have been her life, really, wouldn't it? That was her life predestined. But fortunately she fell into politics. Learnt to read. And managed to work her way all the way up to the Deputy Leader. She has aspirations to be leader, but even the Labour Party wouldn't have her as a leader. Not a chance. Anyway, I shall round off there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, share the video. And do definitely subscribe. We really need the numbers. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and remember Angela Rayner. There's nothing quite like her. Thank heavens. Bye.